Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Detroit Become Human on the RX 570. To skip to any of the resolutions tested with all the presets side by side, check the timestamps down in the description. So this time around I'm going to be testing the game differently. Instead of doing my best settings to get 30 and 60 frames, I'm going to show you all the playable presets on each of the cards: max, high, medium and low, or it depends on the card. In the graphics card where maximum settings is not playable, I'm not going to show it because it will stutter all over the place. So yeah, it will be a side-by-side comparison so you can see the differences between presets, while you can tweak individual options such as shadows, volumetric lighting, reflections, motion blur, textures, all that good stuff. In this particular game, I recommend just going with presets. It's much easier and you get a more noticeable performance difference. In most of the comparisons, you'll see that high and medium run almost the same, but they're still not that far away from the maximum settings performance. And then if you want to go to low, that's the biggest performance difference. So if you're going to select medium, you're better off selecting high, it runs almost the same. And yeah, low settings runs the best, but there's no ambient occlusion or screen space reflections, which is definitely noticeable. But the game still looks good in my opinion, just significantly flatter, to say it in some way. There's less depth to the scene. This game is also capped at 60 frames per second. You get an option to select 60 or 30, probably because of the animations, but I'm not sure. This is also using the Vulkan API, so people with AMD cards should get the best compatibility out of the box, even if your card is way older, something like a 470 or 480. But then if you're on the NVIDIA side of things, if you have something older than the Turing architecture, something before the GTX 16 series or the RTX series, you're going to have a disadvantage due to the low-level API. You can still play the game, of course, but it won't be as good, so that's something to keep in mind. And for the testing, I'm doing 2 levels. On the first one is in the city, walking around, outside of the park, then inside a store that has a ton of NPCs on screen, a lot of vegetation, it's daytime, so there's a lot of shadows, reflections, all that good stuff to test the GPU and CPU. And after that, I'm going to go into the second mission, which is the character looking around inside a store while people are walking around. Nothing special, but for some reason is much more GPU demanding. And talking about GPU demanding, even being very far away from the frame rate cap, the GPU usage is rarely maxed out. It usually stays in the mid 80s or lower 90s. Even if you have a faster CPU, I tried it out with a Ryzen 5 3600 and this was still happening. And that takes me to the most important part of this video, the CPU performance. If you read the minimum system requirements, on the CPU it says that you need at least 6 logical cores, so they're talking about threads there, not real cores. So if you have something like 4 cores and 8 threads, 6 cores and 6 threads, something like that, you should be totally fine. But then if you're like me and you have a CPU with 4 cores and 4 threads or 2 cores and 4 threads, the minimum system requirements say that you really shouldn't play the game. And I now understand why. You can see that at the end of the video when I compare the i3 9100F and the i5 9400F, that the i3 9100F stutters significantly more, especially in the very first level, while on some other levels like those I show you walking around, it's not as bad, it's playable, but you can notice the difference with the i5. So if you have something like a Ryzen 5, 4 cores 8 threads, 6 cores 12 threads, a modern i5 like an 8400 or 9400F, 6 cores, 6 threads, you should be totally fine playing this game. There will be stutter, but very little. And if you have something with less threads, again a quad-core CPU without hyper-threading, a 2-core 4-thread CPU, the game is going to stutter quite a bit, so be aware of that. And one last thing I want to mention, for some reason on the AMD cards, I saw significantly higher RAM usage, going from 6 to 7 gigabytes of usage on the NVIDIA cards to use 10 gigabytes on the AMD cards. Pretty weird indeed, but something worth pointing out. And on the VRAM side of things, if you go 1080p maximum settings, it's going to use more than 4 gigs of VRAM, so make sure on 4 gig cards to use high for the textures and high for the shadows. That should help you out to use less VRAM. But yeah guys, that's about it. I hope you keep enjoying the video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
Here is your order number 847. That will be $63.99. Please confirm payment. This is the top-of-the-range household assistant. It cooks 10,000 different dishes.
Come on, Zoe, let's go.
200 languages and dialects. And handles the kids' homework from elementary school up to
Good afternoon.
Can I help?
Please, we're looking for one.
Honey, it looks amazing. This is exactly what we need.
Very basic model.
How much did you say it costs?
At the moment, we're doing a special promotion on this entire range
I can
at
show you that
$7,999 with a 48 months interest-free credit. And it comes with a 2-year warranty for parts and labor. Painting, plumbing, gardening, repairs.
We'll take it.
An excellent choice. If you'll just follow me, we'll process the order.
Excuse me, how much is that?
Would you like to go home now?
Yes, Rose. Yes, I think that's enough.
Here. Let me help.
Hey, water.
We built these androids to be our slaves, but the slaves becoming the master. We can no longer live without them. They're
Our latest range of adventure scenes feature body sensors, allowing you to monitor the health in real time. Protection tailored for
Identification verified. Here is your order number 847. That will be $63.99. Please confirm payment. This is the top-of-the-range household assistant. It cooks 10,000 different dishes.
Come on, Zoe, let's go.
200 languages and dialects. And handles the kids' homework from elementary school up to
Good afternoon.
Can I help?
Please, we're looking for one.
Honey, it looks amazing. This is exactly what we need.
Very basic model.
How much did you say it costs?
At the moment, we're doing a special promotion on this entire range at $7,999 with a 48 months interest-free credit. And it comes with a 2-year warranty for parts and labor. Painting, plumbing, gardening, repairs.
We'll take it.
An excellent choice. If you'll just follow me, we'll process the order.
Excuse me, how much is that?
The NPA, slight.
Negotiator on site. Repeat. Negotiator on site.
No, stop! I can't leave her! Please, please, you gotta save my little girl! Wait. You're sending an android?
All right, ma'am. You need
can't-
to go.
You can't do that! Why aren't you sending a real person? Don't let that thing near her!
Any second. I don't give a shit. My men are ready to step in. Just give the order. Fuck.
Would you like to go home now?
Yes, Rose. Yes, I think that's enough.
Here. Let me help.
Hey, water.
Idolatry! We built these androids to be our slaves, but the slaves are becoming the master. We can no longer live without them.
Our latest range of Avenger suits feature vital sensors, allowing you to monitor your health in real time. Sleep and white, fashion tailored for fitness.
Identification verified. Here is your order number 847. That will be $63.99. Please confirm payment. This is the top-of-the-range household assistant. It cooks 10,000 different dishes.
Come on, Zoe, let's go.
200 languages and dialects. And handles the kids' home care, elementary school up to
Good afternoon.
Can I help you?
Please, we're looking for...
Honey, it looks amazing. This is exactly what we need.
Basic modern.
How much did you say it cost?
At the moment, we're doing a special promotion on this entire range at $7,999 with a 48 months interest-free credit. And it comes with a 2-year warranty for parts and labor. Painting, plumbing, gardening, repairs.
We'll take it.
An excellent choice. If you'll just follow me, we'll process the order.
How much is that?